Hey, hope you're doing well. I had to take yesterday off. I am just, by reading this book, it's bringing up a lot of stuff for me again. And so I just needed a day of rest yesterday. And so I skipped my video. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. And I'm starting today on page 108, about, let's see, 3/4 of the way down. I open the cupboard and slide out a piece of glass I took out of a beautiful picture frame. It now stays in the cabinet with a razor blade and little mountains of cocaine. The cocaine makes me feel like anything is possible and that I'm not fragile and delicate, poor, tiny Indian girl, but a strong American girl who can endure even the toughest of workouts and conquer the deepest of pain. The cocaine helps me feel full of life and keeps me so hyper that I can go all day long from one physically taxing thing to another. I don't have to feel like a freak anymore. I don't have to be depressed. I can shove that emotional shit away. I don't even need food. The routine is always the same. Race home, a mile from class with a backpack loaded with books and a tennis racket. A large umbrella keeps the mist of the day off me. I shake it vigorously as I come in and drop it just inside the door. My heart races as I get excited just thinking about the lines of cocaine that I know I will inhale. I drop my books, then quickly change into my track shorts and t-shirt. I can't wait to snort a line. Before even finishing tying my shoes, I jump up from the edge of the bed and run into the kitchen, pull out my glass with the perfectly straight white lines of powder that I prepare every morning. The big pen with the inside taken out is the perfect thing to put in the end of my nose to inhale the 2 lines that have been waiting for me. As the powder disappears with my deep inhalations, I feel the familiar surge of power. No one can stop me now, and no one is better than me anymore. In fact, I am better than everyone else. Today is different though. On the jog back, I begin to feel weak, reliving my pain as an adoptee in my mind. I am angry and almost crying from the depth of sadness that is coming to a head in my heart. If only I could just get rid of this overwhelming pain. I hate feeling this heavy. I hold it in a couple more blocks until I get back and run in the door. I sit down at the kitchen table and smash my forehead on it. I am losing it. The sobbing is uncontrollable. It is coming from the abyss in my soul. Everything is getting dark. The realization comes, I am a nobody, a nothing that doesn't matter in this world. I spend most of my time alone. Who really, truly cares about me? My only connection to anyone is Chris, and he is just a boyfriend. It would be such a relief to not be here anymore, not be living anymore. No one would notice if I wasn't, and the loneliness and pain would be gone if I just didn't have to have this life anymore. Life sucks. Who needs it? That, like I said before, this is one of the darkest times of my life. And, it started then, and I have experienced that feeling for decades. And it's only been just in the last maybe, 15 years of my life where I don't feel like that all the time. But there's times where I really truly get that depressed again. But now I have all these tools in place to recognize what I'm feeling and why I am feeling the way that I am. And that really, really helps, with 30 years plus of me trying to, really 40 years plus of me trying to deal with so much trauma. I had to find lots of different tools to be able to deal with things. And I took a lot of personal development classes. I've done just about everything you can imagine. And I've read books from the time I was 19, 20 years old to help me get through this trauma that I just couldn't just shake. And this was a point where I didn't know there were any tools. There weren't many books out there. People did not talk about feeling like this. So you didn't mention it to anybody. No one talked about it that I can remember. I mean, the only thing I ever heard was, oh, if you slit your wrists, then you die, But other than that, people never talked about suicide. So it was something that I was dealing with on such a deep level and not having a clue what to do at that point. Now at least when I feel this kind of stuff, and it's very rare anymore, but those days when what hits the fan and everything in your world seems really awful, then I can kind of go there sometimes. But when I do, I know what I need to do to get out of it. And that's the difference. And it's only through decades and decades of practice and working on myself to get there. But, that's kind of what you have to do. You have to find some things that work for you when you're down in the dumps and you cannot see your way out and everything looks so dark and dreary. There are things that can literally shift you in a second after you practice it a lot. And I've kind of become a master at that because I had to practice it a lot. It's kind of funny I'm talking about this because I am working on a website to start doing some personal development coaching. And so this, I didn't even think about talking about this until just now, but it's a good segue to that. But I will be launching something that is a personal development coaching coming up, and it's just all my experiences of all these decades of dealing with so much darkness and trying to help. Now I just want to help others to really help themselves out of some of that darkness and share some of the tools that I've had to feel better. It's a really sad place when you're there, and not very many people that haven't experienced it can even begin to feel what it feels like. And it's just awful. I wouldn't wish it on, people I really don't like even. It's that awful. But anyway, so thank you again for listening. And, as I'm reading this, I am going through so many levels in my own life as I read all this kind of stuff that was my past and kind of down and dirty. I'm having to relive this, and it's been cleansing, but it's also been very tough to do. So I really, truly appreciate you guys that keep cheering me on and actually like it and want me to continue. You have no idea how much it means. I appreciate it. Thank you.